Hi, today I want to talk about mental health. Rosalynn Carter passed away this week, and I want to honor her by having a conversation about mental health. She, I would argue, was one of the first true public advocates for mental health and mental illness awareness. Back in 1980, she helped pass the Mental Health Systems Act of 1980, which really helped our country become more aware of the stigma that we were attaching and just understanding that there even was such a thing as mental illness. I know growing up, especially in the Indian community, we didn't really talk about mental health until that is, of course, that my sister, at around the age of 19, started suffering from mental health. And honestly, when it first started, we were all very confused. There was not a lot of information. Frankly, doctors that she would see and was seeing didn't really know what medicine to prescribe. There weren't a lot of options. And my mom and my father, they were struggling and grappling. But because of the stigma, we really didn't talk to people about it. And especially in our community, it was just hard. It was hard to be sort of in this silo alone, worrying, trying to figure out the right treatment and path for my sister. She went on and she was a brilliant, brilliant human. She went on to Georgetown and continued to suffer. After many, many years, even though she did get her degree from Georgetown, both undergraduate and a master's degree, and then coming down to Miami and getting another master's degree. But throughout all of it, she suffered. It took a long time for us to understand her correct diagnosis, which was she was schizophrenic bipolar affective. Many of you know this because I have written about it before. But as you know, First Lady Carter passed this week, and I read more about her life, I was reminded about all the things that she did. Now she has even the Rosalynn Carter Institute for Caregivers, which actually helps caregivers like my mother and father also help them who are caring for those that are mentally ill, because it's hard. It's hard to live in this world where you kind of only can focus on one thing because that's all you can do when your loved one is suffering. Um, Rosalynn Carter left this legacy of mental illness awareness, education, treatment, helping caregivers that are treating. And I'm hoping that we can all continue to very, very much openly talk about mental health, and that it's so prevalent. I believe each one of us either personally has been affected, or we know of somebody that has been affected in our families or in our friend groups. And so it's no longer something that's like, you know, just for those people over there. We all are affected. And today's leaders, I believe, have to have this conversation with their teams, with their executives, because it absolutely affects how people come to work. So I hope that that was a little bit of incentive for those of you that are still looking to understand or learn more about mental health. Please reach out to me or somebody else to have that conversation. And I just implore all of us to keep erasing the stigma of mental health in Rosalynn Carter's honor. Thanks.